Literacy and numeracy are at the heart of every school, but I think when it marries with creativity, I think magic happens.
Children instinctively love art, and I feel that as adults, we're often a lot more intimidated by art than the children are. They're creative, they're flexible, they're innovative, they're enthusiastic.
I see all sorts of things happen here. Some children who are really quiet and reserved in the classroom come out, and once they get on stage or once they're dancing, they just come to life, and it's incredible watching them really come out of their shell and they just explode on stage, and you think, wow, who'd have thought it? You know, it's so good to give them the opportunity to do that.
I didn't know I was going to be able to stand up in front of that whole crowd and perform. I was a bit nervous, but I just believed in myself and said, I can do this.
When I've used it in my inquiry unit, they've actually been much more engaged because they've had that experience and they've taken that into the classroom, so they're much more brave in terms of trying new things and experimenting with new things.
Sometimes in school things can be quite regimented, and just this gives them the opportunity to be creative and have some of that flair and try things out, and they're not going to be wrong. 99 times out of 100 their ideas are better than ours. They're so much more creative and they have so many wonderful ideas.
For us as adults, we can often be very focused on the process of creating a finished product. The process is the creative ideas, the innovation and so on that comes from their brains, looking at the world differently.
Approach each child as a creative artist with as much to offer and on equal terms as me. So I'm always interested in their ideas, and we base the whole show off their ideas.
I was so conscious of what had to be accomplished by the end of term 3, ready for reporting for term 4. So I was quite frightened. So what I decided to do was look at what AusVals was asking of the children. So a knowledge of the AusVals was really, really important.
It's something to take a leap of faith and to know that the children are capable artists, and that given the responsibility to make something, they will make something wonderful and their learning will be expanded.
The child will drive it if given the opportunity and if we are able to let go enough with our own teaching practice.
Staff, it's not our forte, some of us, not to be on stage or to dance, and that's okay because you might have someone else in your team who is able to help you out with that, and you'll be able to help out with the technical side. With the backdrops or the music, you might be able to pull your weight in that way.
It was really interesting to see how the teachers managed the thinking processes of handing over the learning to the kids. And it was actually fascinating to see and hear the student voice come through very strongly in terms of, okay, we've given you all of these experiences about history, opportunities to process these experiences about history, make some conclusions and generalisations about history. Now, let's see what you can do with applying it in a different context.
It's not, this is literacy, this is maths, this is inquiry, this is RE. It's, oh, this is a bit of everything.
There's a whole lot of ways of using art. You can use it in literacy, of course. You can draw something and then write about it, or you can do the other way. You can imagine, read a book, and then draw what you feel.
General inquiry is amazing. They love it. Children love inquiry, just investigating and taking ownership of what they are inquiring about, because we do give them a lot of leeway in what they want to investigate.
The Year Sixes did a massive unit on sustainability and recycling and renewable energy, and the students had an opportunity to create their own three-dimensional dioramas like that. And the amount of work that they put into it, the research, the designing, so they had to actually think, what is it going to look like? How are they going to create it? Where are we going to get all the things from?
Last year we did an economics unit in our curriculum, and at the time I thought myself, what are we going to do? But economics linked in beautifully because all the classes took hold of a stall. They designed a stall, they promoted it, they created it, all the artwork and all of the things for sale largely were made in the art room or by the children in the classroom. And it ended up being a night market where all the families came along, all the children manned their own stores, they bought, they sold, they had to have their own float, and the curriculum was really deeply embedded by everyone.
You know, when you sort of value the arts, you give a message to the kids when they grow up that the arts in their life, whether they're teenagers or 20-year-olds or 60-year-olds, the arts, you're a better person if you've got the arts within your experience, whether it's music, you know, visual arts, or you're an artist yourself.
Time travel, Vikings, mad scientists. We made magic.